I'm gonna be surviving the next 100 days in hardcore Minecraft as the Sun Titan, a new powerful descendant of the Titan Clockman with the abilities to harness the light. I will melt my way through obstacles, take down numerous threats, and discover the true potential of a Sun Titan while growing into bigger and badder forms. Will I be able to defeat the Moon Titan, or will my flame be put out? It was time to find out as I spawned in before my Sun Titan leader. It was day 1, and I was in a beautiful shrine about to undergo my training beneath the Sun Titan himself.
I can't wait for you to unlock your destiny. You will follow in my footsteps.
Suddenly, the bright sky shifted into the cold night as the Moon Titan descended down over us.
Your reign has gone on long enough. I will bring eternal night and become the most powerful Titan in the world.
He unleashed his lunar attacks down onto me and the Sun Titan. Luckily, my leader was able to defend me from harm.
I'll send you back from where you came.
The Sun Titan used his blazing sword to try and take down the Moon Titan, knocking him back. He ran in to finish the Moon Titan off, but with a swish of his cloak, he turned invisible and evaded him.
Coward, come out and face me.
Whatever you say, brother.
He suddenly reappeared behind the Sun Titan and used a sudden galactic attack to land a devastating strike, leaving him on the brink of death. No!
My boy, you must carry on my legacy and stop the Moon Titan before he takes over the world.
With the last of his power, the Sun Titan hit me with a beam of sunlight. My body grew in size, and the energy of light surged through me. I was now a Sun Titan with 5 hearts and new abilities. The former Sun Titan gave into his wounds, and the Moon Titan turned his sights onto me next.
No one will escape me.
I took my chance to run as the enemy pursued me himself. On day 2, I was being chased through the night by the Moon Titan. He sent down deadly moonbeams from above to disintegrate me. Luckily, I was able to dodge them, sparing my life for just a moment longer. Out of nowhere, the Moon Titan appeared in front of me.
You can't avoid me forever. I'll kill you, just like I did with your precious Titan.
The Moon Titan blasted me with more moonbeams, hitting me directly, causing me to take loads of damage. I then ran away with what little health I had remaining. I can't be out in the open like this. I have to find cover. I quickly ran to the closest cover I could find, which was a nearby tunnel that I could use to hide from the Moon Titan. When I turned around to go deeper into the cave, I spotted the Moon Titan's minions lurking inside. I have to sneak past these guys. I used the dark corners of the cave to evade the minions. As I slipped through the shadows, I thought I was in the clear, until one of the Moon Titan's minions spotted me.
Sun Titan spotted!
The minions shouting caused the other Moon minions to move towards my location. I had to act quickly if I didn't want to get overwhelmed by their forces.
Die, Sun Titan scum!
I used my new sun power to incinerate the minion and move towards another passageway within the cave. This is my only way out. I could hear the sound of backup running towards me, so I took the glowing passage in hopes of escaping before I was found. On day 3, I made it to the end of the tunnel and ended up in a canyon that looked like it was made of stars. I began walking down the massive canyon and eventually found some kind of star altar at the end of it.
Welcome, Sun Titan. I've been waiting for you.
Suddenly, a mysterious star titan descended down from the star above to greet me. Who are you?
I'm the Star Titan. My people have served the Sun Clockmen for years. I brought you here to show you your destiny.
The altar lit up around me as the star titan sent me into a vision.
1,000 years ago, sun fragments rained down from the sky and landed on Earth. These fragments held immense power that if they were to fall into the wrong hands would mean disaster. My people and the Alliance were entrusted with protecting them until the new Sun Titan was awoken. That Titan is you. You must find all 6 fragments before the Moon Titan brings eternal night, draining your power forever.
Don't worry, I'll do whatever it takes to stop him.
Not if we get them first.
Just then, a sniper skibbity broke into the Star Canyon, discovering our location.
I heard the entire conversation. Those sun fragments will soon belong to the Skibbity Army.
The sniper skibbity lunged towards me, and we braced ourselves for battle. On days 4 through 7, I clashed with the sniper skibbity who ambushed us as the Star Titan tried to back me up. I unleashed my sun attacks to fend him off, but the toilet was tougher than he looked. We were evenly matched. Things got worse when the toilet landed a Cyclops beam attack on me, leaving me completely vulnerable. One more hit, and I was done for.
Oh no you don't. Take my power.
The Star Titan lent me his power, unleashing a rain of shooting stars that made me grow even bigger and stronger in size. I gained 5 hearts and new Sun Punch abilities. Armed with my upgrade, I unleashed my new powers onto the Skibidi Toilet threat. He tried to defeat me, but now I was able to overpower him just enough to win. Looks like the Moon Titan isn't the only one after the sun fragments. I have to stop him and the Skibidi Toilets. There wasn't a moment to catch my breath before the Moon Titan appeared.
There you are, my little runaway. You'll die here.
As the Moon Titan began his approach, the Star Titan tore open a portal.
Run! I'll hold them off!
I did what the Star Titan said and rushed through the portal, leaving him alone with the Moon Titan. On days 8 through 10, I appeared in another dimension where I was standing in a civilization of starmen. However, their home was under attack by Moon Titan forces. Looks like my getaway wasn't safe after all. I have to help these people. Without hesitation, I jumped into battle to defend the innocent starmen. I used my new Sun Titan powers to take on hordes of the Moon minions. Thanks to the Star Titan, I was finally able to put up a fight against the enemy forces. Unfortunately, this didn't last long before an elite Moon officer came to defend her allies.
Sun Titan, I'm gonna make sure your flame is extinguished for good.
The Moon officer used an intense series of spinning blade and moonwave attacks on me, proving right away that she was 10 times stronger than the smaller minions I was fighting before. I did my best to fend her off with my Sun Punch attacks, but it wasn't long before she overpowered me with her crushing strength. I was cornered with nowhere to run.
You must be destroyed in the name of the Moon Titan.
Suddenly, the Clockwoman arrived to help. She unleashed a barrage of bullets onto the officer, hitting her over and over and stunning her for now.
Come with me.
We ran out of the Starman civilization together, losing the elite officer for now. When we were behind cover, the Clockwoman then used her clock power to open a portal. Wait, you must be with the Alliance. I need your help finding the sun fragments.
It'd be our pleasure to help you with your cause, but first, we need you to help us. Follow me, before it's too late.
We passed through the portal and headed back to our home realm. On days 11 through 14, we arrived back to the normal world to an area full of ice. Alliance members were frozen in blocks all around us. What is this place?
It's where our Titan is being held captive. I would go in to save him myself, but without sun powers to keep me warm, I'll be frozen solid like the rest of our men.
Then leave it to me. I parted ways with the Clockwoman and pressed on further into the tundra. The cold was intense, but my sun powers kept me from freezing. Soon, I was stopped in my tracks by a massive chasm in the ground with thin pillars connecting it together. There was no other way around it, and I needed to keep moving forward. Looks like this is the only way through here. I took a deep breath and began to jump from pillar to pillar. The winds were picking up, causing me to have a few close calls, but I was nearing the end. Just then, the wind got even stronger and I realized that something terrible was coming. Oh no, it's a blizzard! I tried to finish my trek, but the storm was too strong. I was blown off the edge of the pillar and fell down into the darkness of the pit below. On days 15 through 17, I was falling down the chasm and hit the ground, breaking through a wall of ice and into the water below. Thanks to my Sun Titan form, I survived the fall and the intense cold for now. It looks like I'll have to find another way up. Luckily, there was a cave system right in front of me that looked like it would take me back to the surface. I went through the caves and was progressing steadily. There was just one problem. It's so dark in here. Let me turn on the lights. I lit up the area with my sun powers, revealing the rest of the cave. Unfortunately, I heard a growl nearby and realized I had awoken a sleeping ice Skibidi.
Intruder, you will die for coming here!
The frosted toilet blasted icicles at me and I ran as fast as I could to evade him. He pursued me through the ice caverns of the underground chasm. I didn't think I would be able to lose him until I stumbled upon a frozen room. At the center, I found the Titan Clockman and the first sun shard frozen in a giant block of ice. Two birds with one stone. I need to melt that ice. I used my sun powers on the ice to try and break through the ice, but my heat wasn't strong enough to melt through it. The ice Skibidi then flew into the room, ready to finish me off once and for all.
I've got you now!
The ice Skibidi came at me, determined to send me to an icy grave. On days 18 through 21, with nowhere to run, I was forced to fight the ice Skibidi in his domain as he forced me deeper into the cave system. Using the cold temperatures to his advantage, the Skibidi powered up his attacks for even more damage than before, launching painful icicle shards at me. I fought back with my sun powers, trying to burn through his frigid body, but the two of us were neck and neck. I managed to do significant damage with a well-placed sunbeam, but he retaliated with his blizzard spray. I tried to put some distance between us, but he stayed on me and knocked me back with his blizzard attacks.
Try to dodge this!
The Skibidi launched ice spears, but I dodged, hitting the frozen Titan Clockman instead. The iceberg cracked open, freeing the Titan as well as the first sun shard. Now's my chance! I ran for the shard, but the ice toilet dropped in to stop me. Just as I thought I was done for, he was suddenly struck from behind as the freed Titan Clockman brought down his sword and killed him instantly.
It was cold in there. Here, you look like you need this more than I do.
The Clockman tossed me the first shard and I ran over to grab it, causing it to grow massive in size and changing my form. I gained 5 more hearts, even more powers, and a radiant sword of sunlight.
My, it seems like the next Sun Titan has finally arrived.
Indeed I have, and I'm ready to give you guys a fighting chance against the Skibbity Toilets.
Then let us regroup with the others. I'm sure they could use the warmth of the sun right now.
We left the cavern system, re-emerging at the base of the chasm. As we did, the ground suddenly started trembling violently. We both knew something even worse was coming for us. Avalanche! On days 22 to 25, the Titan Clockman and I were about to be crushed by snow. I quickly thought of a plan, and we used our flying abilities to escape the depths of the chasm before we were both crushed. We landed outside the chasm in front of the frozen Clockmen from before.
That avalanche is sure to alert some enemies. We need to free my men and get out of here.
You got it! I then rushed over to the frozen Clockmen and used my new sun powers to thaw out and break free all of the frozen Alliance members. Once everyone was free from their icy prison, we reunited with the Clockwoman, who was overjoyed to see everyone back to normal.
You did it! Well, I'm a clock of my word. Whatever help you need from us now, you'll receive it.
I then heard something roaring in the distance. The ground trembled and I turned towards the snowy tundra once more. I don't think the Alliance members were the only ones frozen here. Clockwoman, get your people out of here!
Got it.
The Alliance members then cleared the area just as the Skibbity Rex crashed through a nearby ice wall. On days 26 to 28, I clashed head-to-head with the Skibbity Rex. I used my new Sun Titan attacks to try and strike him down, but the beast was very resilient. Stand down, beast! I tried to keep the pressure up and bring him down, but the dinosaur retaliated with his own powerful roar attacks, dealing tons of damage to me. I thought it was over.
He said stand down, monster.
Just in time, the Titan Clockman used his overhead sword slash to back me up, leaving the Skibbity Rex open for an attack.
Do it now!
I used my Sunbeam attack to strike down the beast for good. When he fell, the monster dropped an ancient map titled Sun Shard. I picked it up and quickly looked it over. Looks like the Skibbity Rex knew where the next shard was. I better check this clue out.
Good luck. I'm sure you'll live up to the Sun Titan name.
I bid farewell to my fellow Titan and took to the skies, following my new map. I flew through the air towards my destination when suddenly I was hit by a moon projectile that nearly knocked me out of the sky. What the? I turned and realized I was being pursued by a moon general.
No one escapes the Moon Titan.
I tried to escape, but I ended up getting hit, damaging my jetpack. I was unable to fly and began plummeting towards the ground. On days 29 to 32, my vision cleared after blacking out and I realized I had crash landed onto the ground. I had low health and saw the Moon General was coming down from the sky to finish me off. I need to hide before he gets to me. I took cover behind a nearby radio tower as the Moon General landed and searched for me. I tried to stay hidden, but it was no use. He saw exactly where I went.
You can't hide from me. I'll chase you to the moon and back.
He turned a corner, but I unleashed a sun attack directly into his face, blinding him.
Ah, my eye!
I ran away while he was stunned and stumbled upon the area holding the next shard. There it is! If I can get that shard, I can repair my jetpack. I walked towards it, but the blind Moon General stumbled in my path, blocking me from the shard. I went still as to not make any noise until out of the blue, a cow walked by and began mooing.
I may not be able to see, but I can hear you. Die!
He unleashed a devastating moonwave attack and killed the cow. If I wanted to survive and snag the next fragment, I needed to be as silent as possible. On days 33 to 35, I was stealthing my way towards the Sun Shard, trying to make distractions to protect me. I threw a rock into a nearby pond, causing it to make an audible splash.
There you are.
The Moon General attacked the pond, giving me a chance to inch a bit closer. As I moved towards the shard, I accidentally stepped on a spider, which made some noise when it died.
Huh? Is that you, Sun Titan?
With that mistake, the general began moving back towards me. I need a bigger distraction if I want to keep him away. I then noticed a factory nearby that manufactured TNT, so I got a bold idea. I launched a long-range sun attack at the factory, hitting a giant block of TNT and causing massive explosions.
There you are. I've got you now.
The Moon General flew towards the distraction, buying me enough time to equip my sword and smash it through the shard's container. I finally managed to grab the shard. When I grabbed it, I gained 5 more hearts, new powers, and my ability to fly was restored. Enough of your games. You're going down. I flew over to the Moon General while his back was to me and drove my sword directly through his chest from behind, taking him down once and for all. I didn't have a second to rest before a rogue Starman came running out towards me in a panic.
Help! There's a Skibbity toilet chasing after me!
I looked up and spotted a Skibbity rushing in our direction. I had to help him. On days 36 to 39, I was engaged in combat with the Skibbity pursuer, determined to protect the Starman from him. I used my sword slice attack on the toilet, cutting him down to size. Are you okay?
Thanks to you, I am. After the Moon Titan's attack in my realm, my people were taken prisoner. I needed the help of the Sun Titan to save them.
The Star Titan saved my life. Any friend of his is a friend of mine. Lead the way.
I owe you my life, brave Titan. Come on, I'll take you to the moon base. We can figure out how to get everyone out from there.
I followed the Starman, and he eventually led me to an open area. It looked like some sort of old Starman arena, but there was no one around, and I couldn't shake the feeling that something wasn't right. Wait, I thought you said we were going to the moon base.
You really are gullible, aren't you?
Suddenly, the Starman revealed himself as the Moon Titan. He was disguised by his intergalactic cloak. You! I raised my sword, but before I could attack, the Moon Titan set up a trap, causing me to fall into the ground below.
Enjoy being my prisoner, Sun Titan. Your fate will be the same as your father's.
On days 40 to 43, I landed at the bottom of the trap to find myself inside of a cage full of starmen. I tried to fly out, but the cages closed over my head. Oh no, we're trapped! Suddenly, the cage began to fill with toxic sleeping gas. He was planning to kill me and all of my allies. I tried to slice my way out, but the barrier wouldn't budge.
It's no use. He thought of everything to keep us locked in here.
Then we just have to think more outside the box. I thought quickly and used my sun powers to weld the outside vents shut, leaving the middle one to continue spewing gas. Everyone, go towards the center! We all gathered at the center of the cage. Suddenly, the ground shook as the gas built up pressure. Brace yourselves! The gas vent beneath us exploded like a geyser, sending me and the starmen shooting through the top of the cage and back to the surface. On days 44 to 46, I returned to the surface in one piece with the surviving starmen.
Thanks for saving us, but our Titan is still in trouble.
Where is he?
He's at the Moon Titan base west of here about to be executed. You have to go now if you want to make it there in time.
I listened and set off to help my Star Titan allies. I soon arrived at the western base to find the Star Titan being suspended in a cage made of moon energy above a deadly grinder. The place was guarded by moon minions, but I wasn't gonna let them stop me from saving my friend.
You came back for me.
Of course! Out of my way, freaks! I have a Titan to save! I ran in and used my powers to fight off the goons, making my way towards the grinder below the cage. The smaller goons were overwhelming me, but stood no chance against my upgraded form. Once I finished off the last of the minions, I located the source of the moon energy that was keeping the cage suspended and prepared to destroy it.
What do you think you're doing?
Just then, a large moon minion appeared on top of the moon base. He flipped a switch and caused the Star Titan to fall towards the grinder. No! On days 47 to 50, time suddenly froze the grinder in place, allowing the Star Titan to fall on it safely. Whoa, what happened?
Backup has arrived.
The Clockwoman had arrived and saved the Star Titan from certain doom.
No! You'll pay for this. All of you will pay.
You two get out of here. I'll handle this freak. The Star Titan then flew off and left with the Clockwoman to regroup with their forces while the large moon minion dropped in and attacked me. I used all of the Sun Titan attacks at my disposal to fight off the enemy, but they were strong enough to withstand my hits. They retaliated with powerful moon projectiles and a heavy-hitting moon shockwave that launched me back. He proved to be a worthy opponent, but I was not going to fall here. I used my sun sword to knock him onto the inactive grinder. I then flew over to the grinder switch and used it to turn it back on. The gears reactivated and ground down the large moon minion until nothing remained. And that's how you make moon dust. The next fragment then popped out of the grinder and I swiftly dropped down to grab it. When I did, I was granted 5 extra hearts and new powers. 3 down, 3 more to go. I then flew off to regroup with the Clockwoman and Star Titan. When I found them, I saw that they had reunited with the rest of the Starmen at a Clockman base. Glad to see you guys all met up. The Moon Titan will pay for what he did to these people.
The Clockman will take the Starman refugees. They've been through a lot and require medical attention. But you need to hurry and go find the next sun shard before any of our enemies find it first.
I wouldn't even know where to start looking.
Fear not, Max, for if you just follow the stars, your heart will always guide you where you need to go.
Or you could simply use this map.
She then handed me a map to the next sun shard's whereabouts. Thanks for all your help. I won't let you guys down. I said my goodbyes and set off in a rush to find the next shard. On days 51 to 54, I arrived at the location on the map and found a massive door stopping me in my tracks. Inside of the room sat the next sun shard waiting for me. I looked around the area, but to my relief, I didn't see any skibbity toilets around. However, I did see something interesting in the sky. What's that? I tried to get a closer look, but when I did, it vanished. I definitely saw something. Rewatch at 0.25 speed and try to find it. I then dropped back down to investigate the door further. I tried to brute force my way through the door, but it didn't budge. What the? How am I supposed to get through here? I looked up and noticed a spot above the door that would magnify sunlight if it shone through the glass there. This gave me an idea. I flew up and unleashed sunlight on the glass, causing a beam to shoot through and make contact with a button inside, causing the door to open up. It worked! That sun shard is as good as mine.
Thanks for the free pass, sucker.
A skibbity toilet ran through the door in front of me. Hey, get back here! I quickly chased after them. On days 55 to 57, the jetpack skibbity toilet was already grabbing the sun shard.
Yes, the power is mine.
He then transformed into a stronger state and bursted out of the building with his newfound strength.
You're too late, my little ball of sunshine. Your precious sun shard belongs to the skibbity toilets.
What do you toilets want from us?
We want world domination, and we'll achieve it by taking you down and the Moon Titan.
I won't let that happen. Hand over the shard. I flew up towards them, but they activated their new abilities, causing me to fly backwards through the air. I took heavy damage from the impact as I landed far away, but it was clear that without a way to remove the shard from them, I would be fighting a dangerous battle. I'm sure the Clockwoman will know what to do. I better come up with a plan before the toilets succeed in taking us down for good. I flew away from the fight, knowing time was not on my side. On days 58 to 61, I regrouped with my allies at the capital of the Clockman City and told them what happened with the sun shard. They have the shard, but I don't know how I can get it back when the skibbity who has it is crazy strong.
Then we'll simply need to counter it with something just as strong. Take this.
She handed me a map to a magnet skibbity base.
If you can steal some of the magnet technology, we can pull the shard right off this strong foe you speak of.
Sounds like a plan to me. I took off into the air and followed my map until I arrived at the magnet skibbity base. I'm sure there's something I can use inside of here. I snuck into the base, but suddenly I got pulled into place by a giant magnet. I couldn't move. I looked up and saw the magnet skibbity leader looming above me.
You are a fool for trespassing here, and now you will pay the price.
Not today. I then quickly activated my sun powers, frying the circuits of the magnet device. The magnet depowered and I was set free from its grasp, allowing me to dodge the skibbity's electromagnetic projectile. I countered with my sunblade attacks, knocking him away. He then charged in and the two of us went back and forth. He tried to overpower me with his electromagnetic attacks, but with my sun punches and other powers, I was able to fight back. Ultimately, I was the victor and struck him down with my sunbeam. He dropped a special magnet upon his death. This is just what I needed. Suddenly, I got a distress call from the Clockwoman.
Our base is under attack. Hurry and come back with that magnet to put an end to this.
I acted fast and flew out of the magnet base to help the clock people. On days 60 62 to 64, I returned to the Clockman city to find the upgraded jetpack Skibbity and his soldiers attacking my allies.
Where are you hiding, Sun Titan?
I'm right here. I used my sun powers to land a sneaky hit, but the Skibbity withstood it in his upgraded state.
I will bury you all beneath the ruins of this city.
He used his sun projectile attacks on me, but I flew through the air to avoid them as I tried to get into range to use my magnet. I managed to touch down in front of him and activated the magnet. The magnetic force was strong enough and managed to pull the sun shard off of him so that I could quickly add it to my inventory. I gained 5 hearts and new powers, while the Skibbity shrank back to his original state.
No!
Die, intruder! I struck him down with 2 swings from my sword. However, my magnet abilities had been completely depleted. Looks like I can't use that magnet anymore. I guess it did its job anyways. I decided to go check on my allies, but one of the Starmen seemed to be in a panic.
They took the clock woman when we weren't looking.
Oh no, they don't! I took to the skies and searched for my kidnapped ally. On days 65 to 67, I flew over until I spotted a Skibbity toilet base below. It was covered over the top so I couldn't see inside. I then heard voices nearby at the entrance of the base. What's going on down there? I jumped down and landed to sneak in closer, listening to the 2 of the toilets talking to each other.
Did you see what the boss brought back? Oh yeah, that clock woman. She's one tough cookie. I know, right? But we'll be sure that today's a day she'll never forget.
A time she'll never forget? What horrible things are they gonna do to her? The urgency of the situation was rising. I needed to save her now. I used my powers to create a distraction by using my sunblast to light a nearby tree on fire.
Hey, that tree's on fire. We gotta put it out or we'll lose our jobs.
While the toilets ran over to the distraction, I made my way deeper into the base through the entrance. Hang in there, Clockwoman! I'm on my way! On days 68 to 72, I made it deeper into the base. But to my surprise, I found the Clockwoman sitting on a throne.
Aha, Sun Titan! So nice to have guests. Come on into my base. Make yourself comfortable.
Your base? But the Skibbity toilets hate us.
Most of them still do, but I was able to get on this group's good side. Must have a way with words.
But I overheard the guards outside saying they'll give you a time you'll never forget.
Surprise!
I turned and saw that a group of Skibbities had entered the throne room. One of them approached the Clockwoman and placed a cake before her.
Happy birthday! Let's make sure this is a day you'll never forget!
Oh, you lot are so thoughtful.
I guess you really do have a way with words.
They're nice boys once you get to know them. Why don't you stay for the celebrations? If you do, you can have this.
She handed me a firework.
No party is complete without fireworks. This is gonna be the best birthday ever.
Suddenly, she vanished into thin air, and I looked to see a moon minion hiding nearby. I realized that Clockwoman had been absorbed into a gem on his person. He immediately ran off when I spotted him. Hey, get back here! I pursued the moon minion, determined to rescue the Clockwoman. On days 73 through 75, I chased after the moon minion in an effort to free the Clockwoman from her captivity. The moon minion attempted to flee into a cave system, but I continued to pursue him. I tried to hit him with an attack as I pursued, but when I turned a corner while giving chase, the moon minion vanished into the shadows.
You'll never catch me. The darkness is my ally.
Oh really? Then let's brighten things up a bit. I unleashed my sun powers, shining brightly and filling the entire area with unavoidable light. The moon minion's position was revealed as the cave was lit up. This left him vulnerable. Now let the birthday girl go. I ran at the moon minion, causing him to panic and drop the gem.
I'm sorry. I hate working for these guys anyway.
He then ran away crying, and I used my sunbeam to destroy the gem, allowing the Clockwoman to break free from her prison. Are you okay?
Think so. It was rather cramped in that little gem, but that's nothing some stretches won't fix. Thank you for saving me.
It was then that we noticed a letter that the moon minion had dropped while running off, so I picked it up. Moon Forces, we have located the whereabouts of the next sun shard and have begun to dig it up. Please report to the location marked in this note. Oh no, it sounds like they're already working on getting that shard. We have to stop them before they get it.
Time's not on our side. We must move quickly.
I left with the Clockwoman, heading towards the location on the note, determined to stop the Moon Force's plans. On days 76 to 79, we arrived at the whereabouts of the next shard, but unfortunately for me, I found a Moonrock man already excavating it. Back me up, I'm going in.
I've got you covered. Go in and get that shard.
Got it. Hey, Moon Man, time to say goodnight. I ran into the dig site towards the Moonrock Man, taking him on directly. He struck me with his club while I fought him off with my sun attacks. He used his powerful club smash attacks on me, hitting me with an immeasurably strong force that I didn't expect. It was much more powerful than the other minions I had faced. It struck me with a follow-up smash attack that left me staggered. Before I could close in, the Clockwoman came in armed with her dual pistols, firing countless shots into the Moonrock Man, defending me. I tried to take the upper hand in the fight, teaming up with the Clockwoman as we both unleashed all that we had onto our foe. But even with the Clockwoman backing me up, I wasn't enough to stop him completely, and he unleashed a devastating moonbeam from his face.
Hang on, I've got an idea. Like those fireworks I gave you earlier.
I did as she said and launched the fireworks into the air, signaling a flare as the Clockwoman shouted out.
Boys, I need a birthday favor!
I felt the ground beneath my feet shake, and I looked to the horizon. I saw a group of skibidis coming towards the dig site. The Clockwoman had called upon her skibidi allies to aid us in battle. They all charged in and fended off the Moonrock Man, leaving the shard open for the taking. Now's my chance. I ran over and grabbed it, granting me 5 hearts and all new epic powers. This is for the Alliance! With my newfound power, I killed the Moonrock Man with a meteor blast. With our victory secured, the skibidi toilets gathered around the Clockwoman and cheered.
All hail the Clockwoman! All hail the Clockwoman!
Suddenly, a devastating blast struck the group of toilets, vaporizing them instantly. All of the Clockwoman's followers were dead. I turned and saw that the leader of the skibidi toilets had arrived.
Traitors to the army do not deserve to live. And now you'll both join them!
You heartless monster! You won't get away with this!
The skibidi leader attacked us, and we knew that we had to flee. On days 80 through 83, I escaped before the skibidi leader could kill us. But it was hard to feel relieved when he had killed every one of our skibidi allies. What are we gonna do? Those guys were great for intel.
Not just intel, they were good-hearted deep down. I think I may have been the first one to ever show them genuine kindness.
I'm sorry, Clockwoman, but if we're gonna do right by them, then we have to stop the skibidi army's plans.
I have one lead left that might be able to help us.
She handed me a note, and I read it without hesitation. The skibidi army has finally gotten its hands on the power relic. With this stone, we will be able to create a super weapon that could turn the tides of the war. Power relic? This sounds like trouble.
Trouble is an understatement, I'm afraid. We have to take the relic from them before they can complete their super weapon.
What happens if they complete the weapon?
It will grant them the power equal to that of the Moon Titan.
I can't let that happen. You stay here and recuperate. I think this mission is suited to a Titan.
If you insist. Here, take this map. It will lead you to the base that holds the relic. Be careful.
I took the map from her. Thanks, Clockwoman. And hey, happy birthday, by the way.
I'm immortal. Birthdays mean nothing to me. The cake was good, though.
Wait, how old are you?
Who keeps count these days?
I then parted ways with the Clockwoman and followed the map. On days 84 through 86, I arrived at the location on the map in search of the power relic. The map had led me to a skibidi laboratory. There was equipment sitting outside of it that looked like it could be used to build all kinds of weapons. The power relic has to be inside of here. I approached the laboratory and was able to infiltrate it by staying out of sight from the toilet's standing guard. I snuck my way into an interesting looking room, but when I entered there, it didn't seem to be anything inside other than lab equipment. That's when a door suddenly shut behind me, trapping me inside of the room. What's going on?
You walked right into our clutches, you foolish Titan.
I looked and saw a skibidi emerge from behind a glass wall. He turned on a machine which caused me to be drained of my solar energy. To my horror, I shrunk back down to my first Titan state. No!
Good luck defeating us now. So long, Sun Titan.
The skibidi left the room, and as he did, lava began pouring in from the ceiling. I was gonna be melted down to nothing. On days 87 through 89, I jumped up onto a higher surface in the lab to avoid being burnt as the lava rose. It eventually stopped rising, but the floor was now lava. I have to get out of here and reclaim my Titan powers. I jumped between pieces of lab equipment in order to cross over the boiling magma. My goal was to get to a high-up passageway on the other side of the room. In my smaller size, I was much more vulnerable. If I made contact with the lava, I was done for. I jumped across the tops of various pieces of lab equipment, dodging the blades of fans and narrowly landing landing jumps until I was finally on the other side of the room. I ran through the door and ended up in another section of the laboratory. Before me was a room which housed the power relic I was looking for. It also had a chamber which held my Sun Titan powers that had been drained from me. Score! That's when the Skibidi leader emerged, guarding the relic from any potential thieves. I definitely can't fight him as I am. First things first, I need to get my powers back. I stealthed through the front door and into the room, staying at a sight of the Skibidi leader. I hugged the wall of the room, making my way around to get closer to the relic. Unfortunately, I bumped into a control panel on the wall and knocked it off, making some noise.
What was that?
I rolled out of the way into cover, narrowly avoiding his gaze as he looked where I had been. Once he shifted his attention back to the relic, I was able to make my way over to the chamber holding my stolen energy. I pulled a lever and began drinking the fluid which rushed out of the chamber and into me. I regained my power, causing me to grow back to my full strength. Feels good to be me again.
You were with those traitors. You'll pay for interfering with my plans.
The Skibidi leader charged me and I prepared myself for battle. On days 90 to 92, the Skibidi leader and I were locked in combat. Thanks to my restored power, I was able to trade blows with him and put up a strong defense. He came after me with his vicious spider claws and energy ball attacks, but I fought back with any sun blast I could muster, keeping him from gaining an advantage in the fight. Just give up! You can't win!
That's what you think.
I launched a sunbeam attack at him, but he evaded it and ran towards the power relic. When he touched it, it caused him to upgrade into a stronger form.
Now your fate is sealed.
He lunged at me, coming in for round 2 and using his new jumping spider powers. These new attacks landed and did significant damage against me. I retaliated with sword swipes of my own, but every attack he landed weakened me further. But I couldn't lose, not when there was so much at stake. I gotta think of something. I noticed the prongs on the wall were electrified and got an idea. I then swiftly flew upwards to attempt to get the Skibidi leader to follow me. Come and get me, freak! He then came at me and I dodged to the side, causing the giant spider to fly into the electric walls to then get electrocuted. The prongs fried his Skibidi body, killing him for good. That's what you get for messing with the Alliance. That's when I noticed that the Skibidi leader had dropped the power relic upon his death.
Thanks for doing all the hard work for me.
I looked to see that the Moon Titan had broken into the lab and was able to grab the relic first. Doing so caused him to grow bigger and stronger.
With the power of this relic, you won't stand in my way any longer.
With his new power, he tore open a black hole. Before I could react, it suddenly sucked me through into the unknown. On days 93 through 95, I was spat out of the black hole into another strange place. The portal closed behind me, leaving me unable to return to my homeworld. The realm around me looked like some sort of floating trash dump. Did he send me to outer space? Just then, I dodged to the side, avoiding being crushed by a huge piece of garbage. I then noticed that there were other things flying chaotically through the sky periodically. This place must be where the Moon Titan sends anything he sees as an annoyance. I began to scour the dump around me in search of supplies that could help me on my journey. As I rummaged through the trash, I thought I spotted something interesting, but it disappeared into the void of space before I could get a good look at it. What was that? Rewatch at 0.25 speed and comment below what you saw. Suddenly, I spotted a lone cameraman meditating on a floating block. I then moved towards him to ask him some questions. Hey there, are you okay?
Huh? Die, monster!
He began showing off his kung fu moves in an attempt to intimidate me. Hey, stop! I'm friendly!
Oh, wait, you're the Sun Titan! I'm sorry for startling you. It's just we've been trapped here for days and we're starting to lose our minds.
There's other people trapped here? Say no more. I'll help you guys. Take me to the others. Determined to help the other survivors, I followed the cameraman to meet the others trapped here. On days 96 through 98, the survivor led me to a camp that had been set up near an inactive portal. It was populated by many other survivors.
We've been working on this portal to go home, but this place has no power. We haven't been able to find a way to activate it.
Huh. If only you had some kind of alternative power source. Wait, that's it! Wait here. I set off to rummage around the dump once more, searching for something specific. Please tell me this place has at least one. I cleared a pile of trash and fortunately found what I was looking for underneath it. An old solar panel. Yes, just what I needed. I picked up the solar panel and made my way back to the survivors before placing it down in front of the portal.
This was your big plan? We've already tried that. They don't work. There's no sun in this realm.
Well, now there is. Watch this. I use my sun powers on the solar panels, powering them up and sending energy into the portal. It began to spark.
It's working.
I continued to fire all of the sun power I had into the panel, but the energy generated wasn't quite enough to activate the portal. We're so close. I just need a little more power.
This might give you the boost that you need. Here.
To my surprise, the survivor tossed me the final sun shard. I grabbed it quickly and I gained 5 hearts and new powers. I now finally had the power of all 6 sun shards. That was exactly what I needed. Stand back, everyone. You're going home. I used my upgraded powers on the panels and the energy they generated was enough to activate the portal. Watch out, Moon Titan. We're coming for you. We passed through the portal, ready to return to our home realm. On day 99, the survivors and I returned to our home realm to find that eternal night was about to begin. Fortunately, I spotted the Clockwoman nearby and she ran over to me.
There you are. Where have you been? And, why do you smell like rubbish?
It's a long story. Bring me up to speed.
The others and I have been strategizing on how to best stage our attack against Moon Titan's base. Come with me.
I followed the Clockwoman and she led me to where her men were set up just outside my day 1 Sun Titan altar. Sadly, it had been transformed by the Moon Titan, where he had made it into his own base. In the distance, I could see the Moon Titan performing a dark ritual.
If he completes that ritual, there will be no stopping the eternal night.
And we can't afford to waste another second. Let's put an end to the Moon Titan's plans together. Onward! As one, my allies and I charged towards the base as the Moon Titan's minions met us on the battlefield. With the power of all the sun shards powering me up, I took on minion after minion, taking down the smaller ones with ease. But the Moon Titan's forces were formidable, and a horde of Moon officers began swarming me. They were tough, but I couldn't afford to let them win when I had come so far. Fortunately, my allies were there to back me up as the Clockwoman ran in and shot at the officers with her pistols, taking several of them down and drawing the others away from me.
It's now or never, Sun Titan! Stop that ritual!
With the Clockwoman and the others keeping the Moon forces at bay, I pressed on and closed in on the Moon Titan himself. Your ritual ends here.
It's too late. Get away or you'll do us all.
I ignored him and struck the Moon Titan mid-ritual. He was flung away from his ritual circle and dark energy began to explode from it. Something had gone terribly wrong. The dark energy consumed us and we both vanished into thin air. On day 100, the Moon Titan and I appeared in another realm. My interruption of the ritual had transported us both into a realm stuck between time and space. Massive storms were raging around us.
You fool! You doomed us both!
No, just you.
What are you blabbering about? You're trapped too.
And I'll stay trapped here for all eternity if it means stopping you and saving my friends.
Such heroic nonsense. Your efforts are inconsequential. I'll kill you, take your power, and use it to return to our realm. The eternal night will arrive. You can't stop it.
The Moon Titan came at me, and I braced myself for the final battle. He struck me with his heavy sickle attacks, the same attacks that he had used on my father all those days ago. They hurt, but I was determined to take him down. I tried to fight back with my sword attacks, but he evaded each swing I took at him by disappearing and reappearing. His invisibility is a pain to deal with. I'll just have to hit the whole area. I unleashed my power of light in a wide radius, illuminating the area with the power of the sun. The Moon Titan couldn't avoid it, and as a result, I managed to strike him, revealing his position.
You've gotten stronger. Don't think a little extra strength guarantees your victory. The eternal night will consume you.
He came in with an ultimate crescent moon slash attack, but I used my sword to protect myself. I closed in and struck him with the blade as he slashed me with his sickles. We were neck and neck. I will win in the name of the Alliance, for the Sun Titan! I struck him down with one final sunbeam. As he fell, the violent storms around us faded, extinguishing the darkness and saving the world. I did it! But wait, did you catch all the Easter eggs hidden throughout the video? Watch again and comment if you find them all. See ya!